channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my labor and delivery story for both my kids. My oldest, he is 4 years old, and my daughter, she is 18 months. Obviously, I'm going to start off with my son since he was my first child. So the story went a little something like this. On the morning of April 13, 2013, around maybe 7 in the morning, I woke up to go to the bathroom, and I felt like something was gushing, and of course, obviously, it was my water that had broken. My husband was still asleep, so I woke him up and I told him, we have to get to the hospital. And he jumped off bed, literally, and he started putting on his pants. And he said, we have no time to do anything, just get dressed and we have to leave. And little did we know that we were going to deliver our baby 14 hours later. And so after that, I took a quick shower, and while I was taking a shower, my sister called the hospital to check if, we had to go to the hospital right away or if we can wait it off a little. They told us that we had no rush at all. They said, take your time, have some breakfast, take a shower, do what you have to do. But of course, since it was our first baby, we didn't really want to wait it off. We wanted, we felt more comfortable going to the hospital right away. So we did. And we arrived around maybe 8:30 to the hospital. And the first thing they did was check if my water had actually broken, and it did. Then they checked if I was having contractions, and I was having contractions. They were actually mild contractions, and I wasn't feeling them. So I thought to myself, this is going to be a breeze. And unfortunately, it wasn't. By the time it was 3 p.m., I started having excruciating pain. And but I decided not to have an epidural. Well, at that time, I said I'm not gonna have an epidural, but by the time I was 8 centimeters, I couldn't take it anymore, and I'm like, just give me the damn epidural. And it was a little, since it was kind of late, when I got my epidural, I couldn't feel when it was time to push. I couldn't really feel where I was pushing, and I was pushing like with my face and not with my stomach. And it was just terrible because my face got really swollen, and I actually popped a lot of blood vessels in my face, in my eyes, in my back, in my neck, and it was just terrible. And I actually also had a blood transfusion after I had my son because I lost a lot of blood. And after like the few next days, I was fainting, and it was just really bad because it was just really bad. And when we finally went home, which was like on the third day of being in the hospital, I was having like really bad anxiety and panic attacks. And I guess it was all because, he was my first baby, and I felt a lot of pressure, and it just wasn't easy. So that lasted for like maybe 2 to 3 months, the anxiety attacks. And I was really scared when I got, pregnant with my second baby, because that was all I was really thinking about. Like, I don't want it to trigger my anxiety again, and but thank God it didn't. And my labor and delivery story of my daughter started on March 23rd, 2016. Around, I would say, 4 in the morning. I was like twisting and turning in the bed, trying to find a comfortable position. By the end of your pregnancy, you really don't have like any comfortable positions anymore. So that's really tough. But anyway, so I was turning, and I heard something pop, and I went to the bathroom to go and check it out, and it was, of course, that my water had broken. And I woke up my husband, and we decided not to go right then and then, because obviously we learned with our previous son that there's no point in going to the hospital so early after your water broke if you don't have the baby until 14 hours of labor or more, like I had with my daughter. With my daughter, I actually took 24 hours to deliver her. And so anyway, I took a quick shower and I went back to bed. And around 7 in the morning, I woke up again, and I had some breakfast, or at least tried. And then we finally went to the hospital around 9 in the morning. They obviously checked again if my water had actually broken, and it did. And then they hooked me up on the IV, and I was taking forever, guys, to dilate. It was terrible. It was like maybe 10 o'clock at night, and I was only like 4 centimeters dilated, which as soon as I hit 4 centimeters, I definitely asked for the epidural. I was not going to wait again for, I wasn't going to make the same mistake I made with my son, that I took so long to get the epidural. I got it right then and there. And it was so much better because I was experiencing a lot of pain, like on my pelvic area. And with my son, I experienced the pain like on my whole stomach. My whole stomach would get hard. But with my daughter, it would just be like on my pelvic, and it was just terrible. I think it was worse. And then, but after I got the epidural, it was so much better. I was just feeling pressure, and I actually got to sleep a little, and not much. They always keep coming in and out to check on you and to check on the baby. So the next day around 3 in the morning, the nurse came in, she checked me, and she said I was like 9 centimeters dilated. And then literally like half an hour later, I started feeling like I had to go to the bathroom. I said, I have to go to the bathroom, get up, and I had my husband call the nurse, and she came in and she said, you can't go to the bathroom right now, once you get the epidural, we don't let anybody get off from the bed. And I'm like, I don't care, I need to go. And she said, I'm just gonna check to see if you're completely dilated. Maybe that's why you're feeling like you have to push. And I said, I don't think so. You literally just checked me like maybe 30 minutes ago. She said, I know, but let's just see. And she checked, and she's like, you're not gonna believe this. You are 10 centimeters dilated. And I was I was so surprised, but at the same time, I was so happy because it was finally time to push, after 24 hours. And she called the doctor in, and I finally had my beautiful daughter. And I'm going to insert some pictures in the in the first part that I was talking about my son. I'm gonna try to find some pictures of the day I had him, and the same for my daughter. And yeah, so she was born 5 pounds and 18 ounces, I believe, or 17 ounces, and she was 18 inches long. She was pretty small. And my son, on the other hand, he was bigger, and he was 7 pounds 15 ounces, and he was like 20 or 21 inches long. I don't remember. But yeah, they were complete different experiences, guys. So that was it for my labor and delivery story, guys. If you guys liked it and you guys want me to share more stories of myself, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe. And hopefully I will see you guys in my next video. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. And